We just talked about barriers for you, so let's go on and talk about when you have a slip up, when you're out, uh, or what does a slip up look like for you?
A slip up for me will probably be ice cream, sugar. Um, I get a grip on eating fried foods. I can control that. I can't control. It just seems like I can't control. I know I can, but I have a weakness for sweets.
Okay, so when you have a slip up on sweets, how does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel bad. I don't beat myself up about it. You know, it doesn't make me feel bad. You know, most people would probably be like, "Oh, I can't believe I ate this," and I'll go throw up somewhere. No, I don't do that. It's not healthy, and then I mean, it's just, I don't see it as that big of a deal.
Okay, so when you have slip ups, you don't feel that bad about it. And okay, let's go to the other aspect of it. How do you get back on track after you do have a slip up? How do you start over?
I just, well, I think, you know, to cover up this slip up, I probably have to exercise twice as hard.
Okay.
And right now, I think that's the only way I can recover from it is to just like exercise twice as hard.
Okay. Most people usually have a slip up in some form or fashion. So it's always best to have a plan in place so that if you do slip, you can get right back on track. And it doesn't have to say, okay, well, I slipped up and I messed up at breakfast time, so I can slip up for the whole day and have a bad day. No, you can get back on track right after breakfast, or if that's when you slipped up, get back on track. Just you know, this is a new time. This is a new experience and stuff. So I encourage you to get back on track as soon as you can, so it doesn't bring down the rest of what we need to do also. Okay, so we also know that just because we diet doesn't always mean that we're going to lose weight. So we also have to put the aspect into play of exercise. What are some of the activities that you like to do for, for exercise?
I like to dance. I love to dance. I mean, I love Zumba. And I take an interest in Pilates and yoga, but I'm not a big Pilates and yoga person. I don't think that really helps weight loss as much. I do walking because it's very simple. And you can lose a lot of weight from walking. I'm not a big runner. I might jog a couple of times, but walking and dancing probably help me out a lot.
Okay.
It's actually what I like to do.
Okay. So how can you integrate those two activities into your day?
Well, instead of taking the elevator, take the stairs. And Zumba, you kind of have to work it into your schedule because it takes up a lot of time, but it's fun. So maybe after I'm done eating, as soon as I'm done eating, I pop in the Zumba tape and like do Zumba. Or when I wake up in the morning, as soon as I wake up, do Zumba. About this walking tape, you know, I could put in this walking tape and walk. But I'd rather do that. I don't know, it's something about exercising in the house and then exercising outside. It feels better to be out of your own house when you exercise. So, I guess maybe go to the park a couple of times a week and walk around the track or something like that.
Good idea. Good idea. That's getting out and get some fresh air. And let me encourage you to do that too, because I mean, nothing like some fresh air. what's going to keep you motivated to keep walking or doing Zumba?
The results. As long as I keep seeing results, I'll be motivated. But it seems like recently there's very small results. Like it takes about 2 weeks to lose a pound.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I just have to keep in my mind and the vision that I have of me being healthy and me not being at risk for diabetes or any other weight-oriented disease.
Right, right. Can I make some suggestions? What about having a buddy system so that you're more apt to do something when someone encourages you and say, okay, let's go walking today, and you're down and you say, okay, yeah, let's go ahead, and then when it's their bad day, you encourage them to go. So
I think that would help me out a lot because I like company.
Mm-hmm.
I like good company. I don't need people, breathing down my neck, drilling me being negative about it.
Right.
But in a positive way, it'll probably, I think it'll work.
Okay, very good. What about accountability?
It's just, I have to be self-disciplined. I'm going to have to drill myself more about it. And I have to think more about it instead of being like, well, it wasn't that bad. Because it probably is like every small thing leads up to the big bad thing. So
very good. You got a good awareness about that too. So I also encourage you to do something that you do enjoy. You said Zumba, you said walking, because if you don't do something that you do enjoy, it kind of falls away to the side. So let's just kind of recap everything that I've said. We've talked about barriers. You came up with, which would include, fast food available. It's real easy. You said, instead of doing that, I can make food at home. I can eat at home. You're replacing your sugar with pudding and yogurt. When you're in a hurry, you're buying snacks that like string cheese or yogurt that will help you. We've talked about your exercising now with either walking or Zumba and things like that, things that you enjoy. And we also did mention that you were really interested in doing that food plan, writing down everything that you, a food journal, writing down everything that you're eating for the day. And you thought that would really help you keep on track. How comfortable do you feel with these things that we've talked about today?
I feel really comfortable about them. I'm going to make some changes, which will probably help me out a lot more than the things I've been trying to do myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I will take your suggestions and I will work with them.
Okay. Which one item would you like to make as your goal this week?
The food log, just to see how much I'm actually eating, because as I'm running along, I really don't think about it. Mm-hmm. So me writing it down, I'll probably be like, well, you ate too much this time, so maybe I could cut down tomorrow or something like that.
Okay. I think just a little fact thing here, more people who write down the food journal in their journal and do it diligently day after day lose more weight. More people who exercise in the morning tend to stick with the exercising because they do it first thing in the morning as opposed to doing it in the evening when you get off work and making excuses of not doing the exercise. So those two things you might want to really keep in mind. But let's go back to that food journal again. You know, that's our goal for this week is for you to do the food journal. But on a scale from 1 to 10, how do you think you'll do with that food journal? And how committed are you to do that food journal?
I would say 10 because it's not that hard. I'm not going to make it anything. It's not difficult. It's not like running a marathon or anything. So I'm going to stick with it, stay on top of myself and write it. And just see what happens.
I think that's awesome. High five. I think I'm really, really proud of you because, you know, we have to eat every day. So that's why this is such a hard thing to, you know, get a hold of and try to get some now I don't want to say rules, but some aspect on it so that we can cut back and encourage ourselves and have accountability and everything else too. So I think we did really good by looking at the barriers and slip-ups, what type of, what you could do for yourself as far as your diet, and also what you could do for yourself as far as activities. It sounds like you do have a vision for yourself for this new way of life. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss before we go today?
No.
Okay. 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 Are you willing to set up an appointment for next week and we can keep on with this?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Oh, great. All right. Well, I'll be glad to see you next week, Jamisha, and you have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Bye-bye.